Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, welcome back. We are back after a week off spring break hiatus. Thank you so much for tuning in to TCP in the morning. We got a fantabulous show for you. Listen, if you missed it, this whole weekend pop, we had Keeping Kids on Track for the Tony Torito citywide track meet on Friday. And then we also had the Last Supper with La Cultura, and we also had Soulful Sundays with Miss Jennifer Hensley of Sweet Mama Soul Food. So listen, this whole week in Pop Lancaster, we got some more for you. It's going down. This is TCP in the morning. Go on ahead and guess what? Share the stream. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning.
Is more than a mask. This is power. Your power. To keep stores and businesses open, to cheer for the home team, to enjoy your favorite treats, to protect your family and community. The power to help beat this crisis is in your hands. All you have to do is wear it on your face. Let's mask up for Lancaster.
Good morning. Wake up, guys. It's TCP in the morning.
Wake up!
Wake up.
Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up!
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. It's TCP in the morning.
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 It's TCP in the morning. It's TCP in the morning.
TCP in the morning.
It's 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 TCP in the morning.
Good morning. Wake up, y'all. It's TCP in the morning with the morning tea.
Sing the song here in a minute.
TCP in the morning.
Here it is, man. Oh my goodness. It feels so good to be back. Hey. Well. Hey. Well. 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 Hey. Still on? Is it on?
It's on. It's on.
Well, let's give them what they want. Hey, welcome to the welcome to the show! Ladies and gentlemen, wake your ass up, brush your teeth, brush your ass because your morning team is back. Your morning team is back. Your morning team is back.
Yup.
Your morning team is back.
We've been going for a minute.
Yes, going for a minute. But we're back again, folks. Looking to have a good morning here. Wake up, good morning, Sarge. What's up, man?
What up? How y'all doing? Hope your Easter was great. Hope you had a good spring break. If you had spring break, hope you had a whole good last week.
Yeah,
and I hope you're ready for this week and had a great weekend.
Yep.
But I know y'all ready to be back with us. We appreciate you. If you're a first-time watcher, share the stream. Let everybody know we're about what we're doing. And I hope you enjoy the show. And if you're always a friend of the show, welcome back. You know how we do. Let's go,
man. Lady L.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, this was a beautiful weekend. So if you didn't get out to do much with your little ones, you can get out this upcoming weekend and take them over to Busybodies Play Cafe. Yes, it's an interactive children's play gym, and they're going to love you for it. So go on ahead and visit them this weekend. That's Busybodies Play Cafe. Also, guys, listen, I got some details about the prom. It's going down. It's happening September 10th. We're going to have the details and tickets coming out later on this week. You don't want to miss it because we're going to be doing the early bird special, y'all. But yes, I'm so excited. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Go on ahead, show some love, and share the stream. Over to the desk.
There it is, folks. I haven't done this in a while. I am kind of rusty. Man. I am looking forward to all of this greatness. Go by the name of Marquise Lupton. My parents chose that name for me. But you can call me DJ Quiet Storm. One of three hosts, one of four personalities on this thing we call TCP in the morning. The best thing that you can have in your cup. DJ Double O, what's going on, man? Ooh.
Calling, man. Glad to be here. You know, yo, like Sark said, the weekend was amazing.
You did.
I mean, in ways that you can't really explain. You can only say how amazing it was. And if you weren't there, that's your fault. Anyway, man, I'm glad to be here. We made it.
Yeah.
A week off.
Yeah.
It's time to get back to work, man.
Time to get back to work. Yes, absolutely. Folks, good morning. Don't be rude. Say it back. We want to see who is watching. Don't be a looky-loo. Be a participant in your morning news. To the comment section, folks. Good morning, Neville. Good morning to you, Lisa. Good morning, Taquan. Good morning, Candace. Good morning to you. That food. Oh my God! Yes, that's all I wanted for some Brinson special. That's it. That's it.
Well, look,
you know?
next time I'm gonna hook you up. I'm have them especially make brisket just for you.
Oh yes, Brinson's biscuits. Yes, Brinson's biscuit. Brisket.
So,
look, I'm all over the place. I'm clearly hungry.
If you miss this month's Last Supper, the next time we go around and do this with La Coutada, we're gonna make sure we got brisket.
Yes.
By the Brinsons on the menu.
Yes.
So if you missed it this time, you don't want to miss it next time.
Brinson's brisket. Yes. Get it while it's hot. I love it. Nate, always good to see you, man. Good morning. Marlo, what is going on, good brother? I need to hit you up this week. I'm looking kind of scraggly, so I'll be pulling up to the Columbia Barbershop to get my cut on. And Rebecca says it's been a long, uninformed week without you. Welcome back. We are glad to be back. We are refreshed, even though we've been working the last 72 hours. But you know what? If it stopped, then we would be worried.
We had an event that technically 2 nights of events that didn't until like midnight or so.
Yeah.
And then had to come back and give you guys the morning show. We should have done these events the previous week when we didn't.
When we were off.
When we had off.
We didn't plan well.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. So, folks, like we like to say, we have a jam, boom, pack, boom, show for you today. So, what are we talking about today? A Utah college sparks controversy because they add pornography to their curriculum. So, I'm pretty sure it won't be acting out acts of pornography, but
I can't wait to get into the course description.
Yo,
I didn't like watching black people be hung from trees when I was in a writing class. So I can't imagine. But also you're in a pornography class.
Right.
I mean,
you go
if you ain't watching porn, maybe you making it in class.
So you go from watching black men being hung on trees to watching hung men.
And it's very strange. You're supposed to be covering race, gender, and sexuality through the lens of porn.
Yeah, I love it. I
like it.
I love it. Why not?
I don't
porn?
love it. Let me tell you something. That happens at my child's college. I'm taking my kid out of school.
Porn.
Child's college?
Yes.
Child's college. That's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it?
My baby's college. Y'all ain't seen that picture. It was like these high school graduates, and it was like, you know what society sees, and then there were these babies at the bottom, like a kindergarten graduation. It was like what their mamas see.
Well, look.
Yes.
It's going to come to an age when our kids are going to get slapped, rubbed, and ripped down. Until then, we will read Love Takes Time, folks. Don't forget 717-992-5569. 717-992-5569. Tell us your love story. We have Love Takes Time by Dr. Scott and Yolanda of Marriage Ministry at Elevation Church. So, call in 717-992-5569. 717-992-5569. Tell us your love story. Folks, I think it's about that time. We give you what you need and give you what you came here for.
Share the stream.
Because we know that you came here for one reason. And we're going to give it to you, beloved. Haven't done this in a while. I hope our vocals are all right. Lady L sounds like Freddy Krueger.
Oh, man. I even showed my artwork. I got my artwork over there.
Hey, time to give the people, yeah. Give people what they want.
And that's the news.
With the shimmy.
Thank you for stopping by. Our first story for today, folks. Again, takes us to Utah. Utah college sparks controversy after social media discovered its pornography course. Just to put this out there, this is the same, Utah that does house Brigham Young. I love it. I'm here for it. Let's get into it, folks. So, a private university in Salt Lake City, Utah, has found itself at the center of controversy thanks to an eyebrow-raising course being offered. This comes from Blavity, folks. So, Westminster College specifically unveiled an upcoming film class devoted to the critical study of pornography, leaving many with mixed emotions. Hardcore pornography is American as apple pie and more popular than Sunday Night Football. The course description reads, "We will watch pornographic films together and discuss the sexualization of race, class, and gender, and as an experimental radical art form." So, there are people sounding off on Twitter right now. Those defending it and those that are condemning it. Some saying adults studying this genre and medium hundreds of millions of people are exposed to all the time critically is actually fine. But then you had people like Candace Owens, surprise, that says I thought this was a joke. It isn't. This is a pornography class that you can enroll in at Westminster College in Salt Lake City. The class description reads that porn is as American as apple pie, and students will watch pornography films together and discuss sex as an art form. Clutch my pearls. Clutch my pearls. Like, isn't this why we are in the situation we are in this prudish America? Because it's like, oh my gosh, we're talking about genitals. Let's just stop. Like, they don't want to talk about race.
But that's the thing, though, right? We spend our entire lower educational systems not talking about sex or being told sex is bad and the only safe sex is no sex. And then we're going to go to college, and here's this one single college offering a film class on porn. Huh? How do you make that kind of jump? We literally can't even talk at today. In certain states, we can't talk about race in the classroom. We can't talk about slavery in the classroom. But now we're going to have a porn class. I can appreciate it because it's helping shed light on what education should look like and what people should be educated on. My thing is that you made time to make a porn class. When them students graduate, are they going to know how to get a mortgage, or are they going to be doing them first-time homebuyer classes trying to figure it out? Are they going to know how to handle their taxes and finances? Or are they going to, graduate trying to figure it out? Like, I feel like there's so much more that these students need to learn before they graduate. Evaluating and disseminating of porn isn't one of them. Are you giving the students degrees in pornographic videography? That's how they make money. That's where the money is. The money's not in watching the porn. The money's in making it. So tell me, this 2-credit course, how is it going to help give me more money? How does that help me? I'm a graduate. I took this porn class. How does that help me make more money?
Isn't that the idea?
But if it was a videography porn class, that makes sense.
Like, globally, porn is a $97 billion industry. Like, why we can't ignore.
And they're giving them free money by watching that filth in a class setting. Are you going to pay for premium subscription?
I'm not going to say.
Are you buying your DVDs? Well, how are you? And then is that not some kind of illegality because now you're showing a film in front of a group setting without the proper permissions?
What permissions do you need? Like,
are you serious?
After you turn 18, what permissions?
Yes, you do. It's called piracy. If these professors are showing porn films without the permission of the actual entity that made the film, no, you're pirating.
No.
You're pirating. So you're trying to tell me that porn doesn't have the same rules and expectations of dissemination and distribution as a regular film?
So then all those Disney films that you watched in your classroom, then Disney is the teacher is at fault for piracy? No,
piracy is a crime.
They're not selling it. They're not showing it illegally.
The school's making money off of me coming to this class.
The school
without permission from the porn industry saying it's okay to show these films.
So
How
then,
do you know that
so
they don't
then-
have specific porn films?
So then the theater, on the theater department, all the films that they show, the film department, like the history department, all the films that they like. Come on, like come on.
And you know what? And that's piracy is a crime. They coming down on the individuals instead of these institutions.
Yo, I love it. I love it. I think that there needs to be more of this, and there needs to be more of a healthy conversation around sex instead of acting like, oh, sex doesn't happen, sex doesn't exist, people don't have different kinks or anything like that. Like it is. First of all, it's an elective, so you can elect not to take the class.
People are so uncomfortable with sex, like they're like, and it's in American society. I'm sorry, like in American society, we're so uncomfortable with it. Like we still trying to, like some people still try to treat it all taboo-ish. Like if we don't talk about sex, all right, who knows what's gonna be like? You might experience some weird things.
Right.
You may not ever feel what it truly feels like to have great, amazing sex. You may never know because you're stuck in this bubble where you're just like, well, sex is sex. Yep.
Do it to me, James.
Hurry up.
Comments are popping.
Yeah.
Are you done? Let me give you a smack on the butt. Good job. Yo, people, you have to learn somewhere. And if you're in college, why not learn in college? So then, when you do meet your partner or your significant other, hey, you're pretty much a pro. She's gonna pick you. Say you do all your experimenting in college, right?
There you go. Let's get to these comments, folks. Sai, buenos dias says, hell yeah. This weekend events were litty. Thank you. Sai was with us all weekend, man. Yeah. Appreciate that, brother. Mel, what is going on? Good morning to you. Jasmine, good morning to you. Trev, what is going on? He says, boy, that is a setup for disaster. And then Rebecca says, watching porn with your classmates, maybe that's one thing. Watching with your weird old teacher, not quite sure. And that's coming from the sexpert.
Qualifies the professor to teach this class. There are black women, especially out here in the world, who are certified sexperts with a whole master's degree, PhD in sexology, legit out here doing the work. What do you have, creepy Mr. Groper professor man teaching this class, and he came up with some random curriculum, or do you have an actual sexpert, or is this an experiment? Like your pop culture class, that one time that they never offered again.
But it's looking at pornography through the lens of art. It's not looking at it like oh, you know, let's
look at him pounding the thing out from the back.
Right. Let's dissect sexual activity. It's looking at it through an art form, which
we don't even like watching people call for eat. But we're gonna look at porn like art.
Yes.
Yeah, porn is art.
OnlyFans, that's art. Like when people have like those sexy cosplaying and everything like that, like that is art. Like we can't be so prudish. Like you go to college to open up and expand your mind. This industry, this is $1 billion industry, and we're gonna act like it doesn't exist.
97 billion to be exact.
Right.
Like
it's not about acting like it doesn't exist, but why does it need to be a college level course?
Because college is where you go to learn, though, right? Isn't that where you go to the next level?
Because I don't want a 17-year-old learning this.
You skipped the last 12 years giving them a base.
But like I just said, I don't want my 15-year-old learning this. Like there's a difference. But
your 15-year-old's not even learning about her period in school. Like she doesn't even know how to handle that. She's not even learning about that. But in 3 years, it's gonna be all good because she about to learn about sex, about films.
No, because she don't have to take the class. It is an elective. If it was,
right, and then we're still not then addressing the issue that we talked about before we went on hiatus about the increase in STDs. You still ain't talking about. We're talking about art. We're talking about porn as an art form and not the actuality that it's a thing that can kill you. Are you having a conversation about that?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, we took a hard turn somewhere, okay? A hard turn somewhere.
You don't know how sex can kill you? You don't know how porn can ruin your relationships, honey. I've heard some stories.
Yeah. Listen, look. I was in the military and we deployed. Guys got addicted to porn. All right, that's all we watch porn for a year. Watch porn for a year, nothing but.
Yeah.
All the jerkins in the world couldn't stop us. So like that's what we did, you know. And then coming home, like people were still stuck in that like I don't know, that mentality, you know, just rubbing one out, but I'm not keep it going, you know. Like it can be addicting, you know, and then that can make it harder for that. Make it harder for. No, you know what? No, couples need to watch porn together. You know, like if you don't learn it in college, watch together, grow together. You know, like that's what I have to say. Like, don't let it ruin your relationship.
I think people look at porn lustfully,
like it's dirty, yeah.
But I think also the porn industry has done a great job of not making sex like sexy. I mean, it's just lust and aggressive, and you know what I'm saying. So I can see how, you know, taking this class could actually inform people as to, you know, what does good sex look like? What, you know, what do you like? And really force people to answer these questions outside of the classroom, outside of the artistic setting. So.
It sounds like porn is being made by men. That's why it is the way that it is. That's why it's not beautiful. We ain't got no nice women directors out here in the industry.
I agree with that 100%. Absolutely agree with you. Yes.
And something like OnlyFans, like that is something that exactly that is where the art form,
the women directors, the women producers,
right? That's where the art form comes in, and it's not just.
Oh my goodness!
If I make an OnlyFans for my feet, we good.
Yeah, you have to be creative with it though. You have to make it an art. Like
it pays our bills.
Like I got cute little feet. They look like little sausages. They're so cute.
Hey, if it pays our bills,
some man's gonna like them.
Put some lingerie on them things.
All right. Well, what I'm getting at is like, yo, it is an art. You have to. It is creative. You have to be creative with it. Like you can't just. There it is. That's some good work right there. Everybody's doing that. Like if you start your feet OnlyFans, like you're gonna have to be creative with your placement of feet. Yeah. Like everything, you're gonna have to create it as an art. Everything is. So.
And I love it. Somebody in the comments, Kat. Good morning, Kat. She says sex can be, but most porn is not art. And I think that's a good point. Okay, and then she also went on to say most porn available now is abusive, harmful, and disgusting, and teaches young people how to disrespect people, especially women. And she says a big difference between praising the porn industry and sex positivity.
And that's why we keep on bringing up OnlyFans.
But is this class going to do that? I need to sit in on this class.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Class. Came around full circle. Exactly. Welcome. Welcome.
All right. So listen, Westminster College send me a Southwest airline ticket because I want to sit in this class.
Yeah. See, welcome to the cool side of the pillow.
Well, I'm certified by Planned Parenthood as askable adult, so I've been having conversations about sex. So this is something different for me because it's porn as the tool. I see it as porn as the tool to have a discussion about sex.
Yeah, but this is more so in like it's like an art class. It's a sexual art class, like just like how you know
models
people paint those everything like that. Yeah, it's
and I'm sure it's going to be a fun class for the students that decide to take it.
Yes, it is elective.
Yep. And as long as those students don't give that professor a bad review, it might return.
It's going to spread.
I'm curious with everybody. Like when did anybody ever talk to you about the way you view sex? When have you ever had that conversation? Have you ever had that conversation, or did you just kind of learn on your own? Like what? You know how? I'm just curious. Like
learn. There wasn't no. All right, son. You know. All right, class. Like. You know, to get to these comments. Edwin says, "Sup, peoples."
Yeah, brother.
Says, "OnlyFans is not the gold standard by any means, nor should it be." And Taki says, "What's up, family?" So, folks, we are going to keep it moving. That is definitely a hot button topic, and I mean, let's see what happens. Like with many stories, we're going to keep our finger on the pulse of that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see the continued fallout from that because we do live in a conservative nation. So on top of that, Sarge. What else you got?
All right. So we're gonna get to our next story. All right, so our next story comes from Virginia Military Academy, our institute. All right, so white alumni are battling the black superintendent over the school's diversity efforts. All right, so this diversity is a focus at the Virginia Military Institute under the school's leader, Army Major Cedric T. Wins. One of the country's military academies is under fire from conservative former students who are trying to derail a push for diversity from the school's new leader. Virginia Military Institute announced the appointment of retired Army Major Cedric T. Wins on April 25th, 2021. He was named to diversity and inclusion as one of his 5 areas of focus for the university. VMI must ensure that every cadet, regardless of race, gender, religion, or nationality, feels part of the VMI legacy. And he read a statement that attributed to Wins that was published by the university. Some alumni don't agree. It reported that an older white alumni are upset with Wins, who is black. VMI in late February hired a company to provide diversity, equity, and inclusion training at the university. But a 1976 graduate started an online petition asking the state's attorney general to stop the contract pending an investigation by the state. This person wants Carmen D. Villani wants the state to determine whether VMI teaches critical race theory or other divisive concepts which are already banned for certain educational institutions in the state. Remember that Virginia's Governor Glenn Youngkin, he banned critical race theory in the K through 12 education and removed the word equity from state websites, and he even ordered the Department of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion to be renamed the Department of Diversity, Opportunity, and Inclusion. All right, and this person that wrote this letter, he also wrote the lawmakers to take another look at a $6.1 million funding request by the school for other things, like from the diversity office. So, speaking from military point of view, speaking from this point of view, it's not. This needs to happen. Like you talk to some people that go to Virginia Military Institute, and it's like a how do I want to say this? It's like a JUCO school for some people, or like for some people for sports wise, you know. Okay. And like there's not a lot. The only black and brown kids that are going there are the athletes. You know, so they get treated a certain way themselves. Like, you know, we talked about how it happens at Valley Forge. Like it happens here. And you have somebody who's coming into who's going to take control of this. Someone who's retired, like someone who put his life on the line for this country. And he's continuing to do something more. He's got to a level now where he can actually make a difference. And you have these old retired people, like 1976. You've been out of school since 1976. A lot has changed since then.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to cut him out, and we need to stop trying to muffle knowledge. We can't muzzle knowledge. You're adult. If you're over 18, you're an adult. All right, your mind can handle it, and it must. And you have to open up to bigger things and to things you didn't even think were possible, especially in college.
Absolutely, Lady L.
Well, this is just racism in action, right? It's just manifested in action. You are an alumni of the university. What have you done over the years that you've been gone to help uplift the school in general? And now you're going to come around, and as this president of the university and people on the board are trying to uplift the university, trying to increase diversity, you come and say, oh, this ain't it. You know, what are we doing here? Like, well, what are you doing to help the school? You did an online petition asking them to stop the contract and to do an investigation. Sir, what is going on here? And again, citing that it's now critical race theory. And that is a divisive concept. Because I want to get more black and brown people in this space. Because I want to add more. It's divisive. How does that make any sense? And the fact that this person came out of their turtle shell. You know what I'm saying? And then he went on and took time to write letters to Virginia lawmakers. Like, this person, this is a Karen, you know, doing what they do. I'm going to write a letter. I'm going to put this on your windshield. I'm going to do this. And this is what's happening. And it's unfortunate because the only people that really get hurt are our young people who are out here trying to advance their lives. And unfortunately, this is their introduction into what the world really is about. That's really what the world's about. And unfortunately, people who aren't black people or people of color don't always understand that. And here's this grown ass person, Carmen Divinlali, or however you pronounce his last name, is out here making an attempt to stop young black and brown people from going to a military school. I don't understand why these black children want to go to a military school in the first place. I think that's a whole nother situation with the economics and feeling like the only way I can come up out of this is to legit risk my life. And then as you come out as a grown person and they say, oh yeah, you'll be retired, you'll have $40,000, for whatever for the rest of your life. That sounds good when you're 20, when you're 18. That sounds real good. Now I'm 45 with 6 kids and a mortgage and a car note and college bills. Whatever you promised me back then absolutely has nothing to do. It's not helping me today.
Debatable.
God forbid I'm disabled, because that's a whole nother situation. While again, just all of these things that make the cage what it is, the cage of oppression, and this is just another tool in it. Over to Des.
I think that this was going to happen anyway. Like this is a black man in power in a traditionally conservative school. So like regardless, like if he had some speaker come in, like if he had may he rest in peace, but let's say that he had somebody like Chadwick Boseman come in to speak, I'm pretty sure there would have been a problem. Like the day that he was hired, he was going to be faced with all kinds of challenges because just him existing angers people. So, I mean, any effort that he was going to do, they were going to be pissed off anyway.
Well, what are they going to do to make sure that it doesn't happen? Because here's the thing, institutions say we want diversity, but you hire one single black person to make the change.
He's the first black superintendent in Virginia Military Institute history.
Like
right, and did you give him some support, or do you still have all the racist white parts all around him and say, yeah, you be a king and make it happen?
It's going to take time. It's going to be a fight. Like he's going to get pushback, but like he just has to. We have to stick at it. We have to keep going at it. Like things don't change just by talking, just by letting it. You know what I mean? Like just letting it go or talking about it, and then that being it or giving up on it. You can't give up on things. You work on it.
And
Go ahead.
And the thing is, when you get into a position like this, you know what your opposition. You know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to say. So you just go on with your plan as planned, and that's what he's doing here. Unfortunately, like when you get into a situation, you really don't know how racist or how potentially racist that situation can be, because time and time again, what we do, especially as black people, we minimize racism. And that's because we're being challenged consistently by people that race really doesn't affect them, because they say what? Oh, you're pulling a race card. Oh, why you always talking about race? It's always about race, always about race. And it's like, well, you know what? When I'm identified by said race before I say one word, and I'm put in this box just because of the way I wear my hair or my beard. Like, yes, race becomes an everyday situation, an everyday conversation. So saying all that to say, he knew what he was getting himself into, and it's just like, you know what? And water's wet.
And water's wet news.
Right. And water's wet. Oh my gosh, you're telling me that at VMI, the alumni are upset because they're trying to do some kind of diversity efforts. Like, let's really think about this. People are upset because they want to be more diverse. Like, hey, instead of all these white dudes, let's get some women up in here.
Let's get some black men up in here.
Let's get some black men. Let's get some Puerto Rican guys up in here. Let's get some Mexicans, man. And these people are like, oh, America's going to hell in a handbag.
Y'all want other people to come in?
What? Like,
because we're making America great again.
We underestimate racism every single time and time again. Go ahead, lady.
It's crazy. So the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia commissioned a report, and they released it last year to examine the culture at the school. And the report concluded that the university has a history of racism and sexism. The investigation found that institutional racism and sexism are present, tolerated, and left unaddressed at the school. The racist and misogynistic acts and outcomes uncovered during this investigation were disturbing. So yeah, and here we go again. Here we go with the lean on me approach. Let's bring in Joe Clark to whip these things into shape, to fix it, turn it around. You know, and it's just tiresome because it's like if you were giving us these great positions of power ahead of time, you wouldn't be calling us in as background coaches to come in and make the difference. Because if you had hired us, 20 years ago, we could have been already putting forth that effort. Instead of now that it's going to hell in the handbag. Now that people are crying out for diversity, now that people are screaming in the streets for equality. It should not have had to come to that. However, this is America, and
we got to start sometime, though.
But you got to meet it where it's at, though, right? How did America become a place? What did them people do? They started a war with the British. Boston and the Tea Party and all that stuff, like they started problems. And unfortunately, we didn't start seeing the results that we wanted until the summer of protests. Guys, you got to keep that heat on them. Over to us.
Listen, I do want to say, though, lady, I didn't like the way you came at black servicemen. That's all right, listen.
I think it should be against the law for black people to do the service. You don't have to. You a black person? Are you serious? Do you not know what your people did for this country? And you gonna lay down your life? You're crazy. I don't want them to hear what I'm saying.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's get to our third story.
No.
All right. I was going to take a sip of my tea before I got to this story. So listen, y'all know Sister Pamela Moses. We talked about her last year because we had this whole conversation because she got arrested and locked up for voter fraud. Even though there were a number of men who were legit out here committing voter fraud. I mean, like registering as they dad mama and putting in the vote. Or registering, under somebody who lived in their house who don't live there no more and made a vote. That's what I'm talking about with voter fraud. That's not what Sister Pamela Moses did. She actually got a letter from the state probation office saying, she's all good. She's ready to go back and vote.
And then she went and voted. And
she went and voted. Yes, and then they locked her up for voter fraud, saying that she should have known and that she misled the probation office and everything like that. There was no accountability on the actual institution, right? The institution. So here we go. Pamela Moses, the Tennessee woman who was sentenced to 6 years in prison for trying to register to vote before completing probation, has been freed from all criminal charges. Last year, Moses was convicted after prosecutors said she violated a Tennessee law that requires people with felonies to complete all terms of their sentence, including probation and parole, before they can vote. Moses maintained she was unaware she was ineligible to vote and was joined by a dozen community members at a press conference protesting the sentence in Memphis. Amy Woolridge and Shelby County District Attorney who prosecuted the case released a statement last week saying Moses will not be tried a second time on the felony charges of illegally registering to vote. Moses, however, is still banned from voting. In the interest of the judicial economy, we are dismissing her illegal registration case and her violation of probation, Woolridge said, adding that Moses has been barred from voting in Tennessee as a result of her 2015 conviction for tampering with evidence. The DA also claims the original offer to the defendant, Pamela Moses, was a guilty plea to a misdemeanor and no time served. She rejected the offer and asked for a jury trial. At the conclusion of the week-long trial, the jury convicted her on the felony charge of false entry on permanent voter registration, Woolridge added. She was taken into custody and spent 75 days in jail before a judge granted her motion for a new trial. In total, she spent 82 days in custody on this case.
Where the countersuit at?
According to the Memphis Commercial Appeal, Just City Executive Director Josh Beckler said, considering the spike in violent crime in Memphis area, Moses' paper chase should not have even been prosecuted, let alone reach a conviction and sentence to this extent. And yet the system has some elected officials have used incredible amounts of resources in a time when there's a backlog in the justice system, unlike any we've seen before. They use resources to try and convict this woman for trying to vote. And that's coming from the Just City Executive Director. So this is very interesting. I'm so glad that she's coming out of this. An official at the corrections department later contacted the election officials and said Moses was still serving an active felony sentence and was not eligible to vote, admitting that the officer made an error. Moses was later charged and sentenced for trying to register to vote for not casting, even though she didn't cast a ballot. So it is convoluted and a mess. Welcome to America. Welcome to black people trying to vote. We don't have to do these reading tests no more, but now we're supposed to know all the rules and laws before we go out here and vote again. And it's crazy because in some states, felons can still vote. In some states, if you are on probation, you can still go and vote. So please look at the laws where you live at. In Pennsylvania, we vote in our primary May 17th, 2022. Shouts out to Dana Hemp Gillett in the 96th district running for office out here in Lancaster County. Sarge, what are your thoughts? Sister Moses is out. Talk already said, where's that counter suit? I'm with you, Talk. Where's that counter suit? I need $100,000 for every day in there.
Every day, right.
I think about everybody else too that gotten in trouble because of this. We put it on many stories on this, and talking about it, we're not going to see everybody get off on it. So it's great to see her get off on it. But I think about the guy down in Texas, who was going to vote after he was already off, and pretty much they try to say he's illegally voting, locked him up. So we need to see people make amends for this. And now that the Supreme Court voted that you can file charges. If charges are dropped, you can file charges. These charges are dropped, so file charges against them and get your money. Right, that's it.
Right, and they need to be held accountable. Like, where's the accountability in that? And the fact that, how about most states are behind on a lot of their criminal proceedings, right? The hearings and things that you need to do. A lot of places are behind, even here in Lancaster, right? We had a whole situation out here for us being behind, right? Tennessee, they are behind too. But you made time to prosecute this lady on tampering to vote. That's what you made time for. You made sure that a judge got his tail out of bed to hear this case. There was nothing more pressing happening in the state of Tennessee that needed to be tried and heard. But this lady who went out here to register to vote, who had paperwork from your other department in your state saying that she was good to go. She didn't make up that paperwork herself. Your people sent it to her. And again, we've had these conversations with people not doing their jobs well. It becomes the issue of the individual. So now it's Sister Moses' fault that the state sent her wrong paperwork. Y'all remember that? Because I remember the judge said that she manipulated the system. And she lied to her probation. Excuse me, my probation officer is supposed to be ahead of the curve. What are you talking about? Admit it. Your people are trash. Your people are trash. And that's why this is what it is. Sister Pamela, I hope you get $100K for every day. And I'm looking forward to reading the story on a countersuit. And hoping that Ben Crump is your lawyer. Because he is helping all the black people. He needs to be in our history books. Gentlemen.
I want to welcome in our guests. We have a double treat today. So let me welcome in our first guest. You know how we like to cover regional talent, how we like to cover our authors, our modern day scribes, is what I like to call them. So let's bring in our first guest. Nair, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. So can you tell the folks who you are, what you do, and details on the book?
So my name is Nair Anaya. I was born in Puerto Rico, raised here in Lancaster, My parents came here when they were young looking for work. We were really, really poor growing up. Honestly, I've been writing since I was 11 years old. And it's weird because you guys are familiar with the Candy Factory?
Yep.
So I actually, 3 years ago, I sat in a women expo for my Nayer's Closet business, which is a women's boutique. And I sat next to a chief executive editor. And I'm talking to her, telling her how I want to write a book, how I went through a program called Bridge of Hope. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's a Christian-based nonprofit organization that is for women who are facing homelessness or already homeless. So I actually went through that program and I ended up graduating. And for me to give back, I ended up becoming a board member.
Wow.
And so that was like my way of like just giving back to the program. But as I sat next to her, I'm telling her how I want to write a book. And I ended up she's like, well, that's funny. She goes, because I'm an editor.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, my God. So we exchanged numbers. And since then, I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. Since then, I got with her. We met. And I just started writing. Instead of like me actually writing, I started typing on my laptop. And I would send her work. Of course, I was paying her, but I would send her my work and she would edit it. We went back and forth for so long. It took me 2 years to write this book. It's called How She Made It Out. By the title, I don't know if you could tell, but by the title, I literally went through a lot as a child growing up. It was really rough for me. And so anyways, she assisted me with the book the whole way. I just typed. That's all I did. I typed. I dedicated an hour at least a day to the book. And then I actually went through a big fire. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you guys heard of it, Kensington Club. That was, when was that? That was December 6, 2019. So when I went through that, I lost everything, literally. Me and my daughter, I lost every single thing in that apartment. So I was like in shambles, and honestly, the book was like the last thing on my mind. But it was the first thing on my mind because it took me 2 years to write this book. So I thought I lost the book, but the book was really in an email, and the editor had it. So it's crazy because I'm looking right now on my phone, and Friday, December 6, 2019 is when the fire happened. I finished writing the book January 6, 2019 at 2:18 in the morning. But anyways, I love writing. Writing is my thing. I journal. I've been journaling since I was 11, so.
All right, so can you just tell our audience about, so is this your first book? Do you have multiple books?
This is my first book, and honestly, I published this July 12th of last year, so it'll be a year of me having this book. I started writing my second book or not long ago.
Okay. Now, I can't see the title from here. How would you classify the book?
How She Made It Out.
Okay.
Is the title.
Okay, so is this would this be classified as like an urban fiction novel?
It is classified as so it's on Amazon, so you can purchase this through Amazon. It's also, you can get it through Kindle as well, but it's classified as family. Okay. It's classified under a few things, actually. Abuse is one of them.
Okay.
Because I went through a lot of abuse from childhood. And what else? And I think I forget the other one. But if you go on Amazon, it has really good reviews. I'm super proud of myself. This is such a big project for me. I mean, I can't believe I wrote this book. Let's just say that.
Do you see more books in your future? Do you see you sticking with it?
I do. I started writing my next book probably 2 months ago. Yeah.
All right. What can we expect from that? Just curious.
Well, the fire is definitely going to be in that book. I went through some serious relationship issues, which I mean I did in this book as well. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be interesting. In this book, there's a lot of people in this town that is in this book. This is not a tell-all. I tell people all that all the time. It's not a tell-all. It's literally about my life. But I masked the names. So what I heard was that people were passing around my book and trying to figure out who was who in this book.
Oh, man.
So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, and I honestly, I wasn't trying to, this is coming from the heart. I love this book. I wasn't trying to bash anyone. I literally was talking about my life in this book. And I know that's really difficult for other people to do, but it's something that I have a passion for, and I decided why not go for it.
I have a question. As you were engaging in the writing process, because I know a lot of people don't go into writing things because they don't understand, and they also don't want to expose a lot of themselves. Like, how was it the give and take with your publisher? Like how did that relationship work? Like, was she super encouraging? Was it something that you felt uncomfortable presenting to her with it being such a personal story?
Honestly, in the beginning, it was a little awkward because we were strangers to each other. We actually met. Our meeting point was Panera Bread. We would meet at Panera Bread for, I think, the first 3 months. And then I just was so comfortable with her. I was like, I trust you to take the book home with you, and we worked from the laptop or emails or text message. I won't lie to you. When she was reading the manuscript, she was in tears. She was in tears. So I'm like, oh my God, don't cry. Because I had to relive what I went through writing this book. And it was really hard for me. I won't lie to you, in the middle of the night, if I was writing, because a lot of times my creative process, for whatever reason, is in the middle of the night. I'm up really, if you're an entrepreneur, you're up in the middle of the night at weird hours, you're not sleeping. So I would be crying and I would just shut my laptop off and I'm like, I can't do this. And then I would just try to attempt it again. And it was like that for the whole 2 years that I wrote this book. But I'm super proud that I did it.
Well, congratulations for persevering.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I love it. So listen, I don't want you to spill any tea or anything like that. But if we're going through this book, is there going to be some drugs? Is there going to be sex? Is there going to be some violence?
It's going to be all of it. All the above. I will tell you, 2 pages in my book, 17 in this book, is really traumatizing. I'll tell you the title, actually. It's called 237 South Ann Street. That is where I used to live when I was a child, and that is where most of my trauma came from. When you read the book, you'll know, but it's crazy because I was never able to talk about this stuff. Through Bridger Hope, the director of Bridger Hope, she turned into my spiritual mom. She is the reason, honestly, her name is Michelle. I love you, Michelle. She is the reason why I was able to just talk about this stuff. I out of nowhere just started crying. She's just talking to me. Some of them people that can just talk to you and get anything out of you and make you feel good. She did that for me, and ever since then, I was like, you know what? And this was so much easier after speaking to her. So, 237 South Ann Street, and then what is it? Beautiful Blessing is when I have my daughter. And that's it. I'm not going to spell any more tea.
Gotta get the book. Gotta get the book for the story.
Kind of want a line. Can you give us a paragraph or something?
No, sure. She's not giving the tea, she said.
I could read something if you want.
Well, yes.
Please do.
I'm going to read the ending of the book I feel like is special. So it's page 168, and it says, "Don't let society force you to be someone you aren't. Learn what makes you unique and use that to make a difference in this world. Find your purpose and passion. Again, it's worth it." And then at the bottom I told myself that I would never give up on me, that the passion I have for writing and fashion would be the outlet I needed to create the success I want. And most importantly, I had to learn how to love myself, my whole self first before anyone else could love me. I had to put myself and my happiness first in order to make anyone else happy around me. That's exactly how I made it out.
Hey, all right. Oh, that's deep.
Love it.
Beautiful.
So I'm just gonna shoot my shot here. Do you have one to give to any guests today?
I do. I have one to give to a guest, and I have one for you guys.
Oh, appreciate it. So,
she's 168 pages. That's a good weekend read right there.
So, folks, call on up right now. Is the pink phone over there?
Nah, we using it for a camera. I can go get the other camera though.
All right. Folks, call on up 717-992-5569. Set it up. Call on up 717-992-5569. We are going to make this very, very easy. The first person to call up gets a copy of her book. I think that we can do that. So culturize, is that a word? It's a word today. Yeah, culturize your bookshelf.
Yes.
And do yourself a favor. Call on up 717-992-5569. To ask you this, I ask all and every artist that come on the show. I ask them this: why did you choose to write this book now? Was it something that, you know, this has been something that you've been contemplating on, and it was just like the perfect timing, and you met the right person because you were next to her, or, you know, why? Whoa. Before you answer that,
Book gone.
book is gone. Already. Caller.
Awesome.
Hey! Book is gone.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That's crazy because I'm not gonna lie, she's directly across from me, and I sipped my tea. I saw her on the phone, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not that.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
Well, she got it.
Right, and that makes our job easier because now we ain't
And
gotta
it's
go to
signed, you're
nobody.
all
Be like,
signed.
hey, send us your address. So we can mail you the book.
Oh man. So folks, that book is gone. But yeah.
I was gonna say you could also call in and tell us your love story and win a copy of Love Takes Time.
Yes, and then the link.
It's on Amazon, so you could just search How She Made It Out by Nair Anaya. It's also on my Instagram link in my bio. My Instagram's Nair Anaya _. And yeah, you can find it on there.
All right. I love that. So, Nair, please feel free to join in on the conversation. We'd like to have fun on this thing we call the news. So yeah, please feel free. It is about that time, folks. It is 9:01 on this 25th day of April, the year of our Lord. So we do have a second guest with us. She blessed us just a couple of weeks ago. It's very enriching. So we had to have her come back. So first and foremost, welcome back. How you doing?
Yes. I am super blessed. Happy Monday to everybody.
Yes.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. So what's coming up?
We have so many wonderful things going on in my world. I'm your girl, R.M. Harris.
Yes.
Super glad to be here with you guys at TCP. Thank you for having me once again.
Yes.
And I just want to give it up to our wonderful co-guest. You know,
Thank you
you
so
did
much.
that thing.
I appreciate it.
But I am back in the States, you know, on this wonderful Monday morning. I am super blessed because I was in Amsterdam, and so I was able to be there for the week and had a wonderful time at the conference there at the Gathering of International Intercessors, and it was amazing. You know, I definitely am looking forward to going back there again. It was a conference for those that pray, you know, because if there's a time of prayer, it is now. And so we were there, and my pastor was one of the wonderful speakers, Dr. Jamal Bryant, and so he preached the house down as usual, and we had a wonderful time there. And I also have planned that leg of my international tour, and so I'm super excited about that. So what we have coming up is this Friday. Somebody say April 29th?
April 29th.
Friday, April 29th, I am launching my new book, which I am excited about, here in my hometown, Lancaster, LAPA, at my church in the Light Ministries at 7:00 p.m. this Friday. Somebody say April 29th?
April 29th.
All right. And so we're going to celebrate, you know, what God has done in my life. You know, he has really brought about a healing. I will be sharing in the new book about my journey from various dark seasons, different, you know, disparities and deep depression, the death of my daughter, and how God has really healed me, restored me, and given me a passion for living. And so that is what the book is about, and I am excited to share this. And, you know, we'll be launching on this Friday, and we'll be talking about the 10-city tour as well, because I'll be going to 10 cities here in America. You know, LA, New York, Miami, Miami, Dallas, Atlanta, yada, yada, yada. And so I'm excited about that, as well as the international leg of the tour, which is Amsterdam, London, South Africa, Germany, and Australia, and beyond. So I'm excited about everything going on. And the book, like I said, is about my testimony. And I believe that all of us have a testimony to give. You know, we've all been through some things in this life. As my previous co-guest has shared, you know, different things that you go through become a part of our testimony. And so the title of my new book is A Story to Tell, a testimony to give, and a song to sing.
Ooh, I love
and
that.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about that. Again, we will be launching this Friday, April 29th at 7 o'clock p.m. at In the Light Ministries, and the tickets are only $25. And so you definitely want to come through, and you can upgrade to the VIP, but at this point, everybody's VIP in my world.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to celebrating and having a good time. We're going to have live music, wonderful MC, and I'm going to have some wonderful giveaways, and I'm going to be highlighting the different aspects of my testimony, and I'm super excited to share. And so I wanted to launch in my hometown, LAPA.
Yes.
So definitely excited about that. That's what's going on in my world.
What makes this work, this piece, different from past works that you've done?
Thank you. That's a good question, because what makes this such a wonderful work is because this is the first time I'm actually sharing my testimony in great detail. I'm very open, honest, and transparent, even vulnerable, and sharing those dark moments. And how the book actually started was in journaling. I always journaled over the years, and I do spoken word, y'all. I spit that fire. And so when I would journal in real time these different things that were happening in my life, over the years, I realized, okay, this is a book. And I, used to be always shy about sharing, my life and my inner struggles and so forth. But, I'm grateful that the book is just that, a book to share with others about a testimony of real life experiences. And so to me, what makes this book, and this work so special and unique is that I am sharing open-heartedly. And I am sharing from a true standpoint and wanting to others to be able to identify. And I'm sure that many of us, can identify and empathize with our struggles in life. And, what we want to do is be able to move from a place of struggle to a place of victory, a place of triumph. And so that is what I lay out in the book. Not just, oh, woe was me, I went through this, I went through that. But I share in the book specifically how I came out, what I did to make it over the hump and to gain victory and triumph over those different issues. So this book is very special to me.
Love it.
She's pouring into me right now.
I want to ask, how does it feel like? It feels like, all right, so we're seeing the beginning stage. We see an author who's at the beginning stage, and we see someone who's who's going, who's there. Like, how does that make you feel as an author?
I mean, I'm super excited for this journey, honestly. I never thought that I would actually start a book and then start another book. So I'm here, and it's like, I want to say it's easy, but it's not. It's easy because I'm used to writing. So I feel like once you have that passion for writing, it's just it's something it's second nature, isn't it? It's like second nature.
So is it inspiring to see another author next to you?
I can't wait to read her. I love reading, so I will be there Friday.
See you in the building on Friday.
All
right. There it is. Folks, we got to do something that all of us adults don't like to do, and that's pay bills. Lady Al, can you tell the folks about Busybody?
Oh my goodness, yeah. So let me tell you something. Busybodies is a creative, interactive play center for kids ages 1 through 6 years old. They have parenting groups. They have musical time. They have finger fun activities with the kiddos. And guess what? It's free for the parents. Right, so you just gotta pay for them children to get up in there. Go on ahead and visit Busybody's Play Cafe down at the Rockville Outlets, 35 South Willendale Drive, now open again at Rockville Outlets. Also, I just want to send a reminder about our Black Lady Doctors. Yes, the phenomenal women over at Patients Are Waiting. they finally concluded this past weekend. Again, this was a big week, and they finally finished with their youth having their virtual summit as they discuss how they could solve problems and the disparities in healthcare. So again, shouts out to our Black lady doctors. But they are increasing diversity in medicine by eliminating disparities in healthcare. Over to Jess.
This question is for both of our guests. As women, specifically women of color, what are some of the challenges that you face as an author?
For me, I feel like being a minority, people think that, I wouldn't say like I'm a joke, but they don't take me as serious. And honestly, a lot of people see me and they're like, it doesn't look like you went through all of that stuff that you talked about in your book, or like you're really a mom of because I have an 18-year-old. So they look at me like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 33 actually. I just turned 33 March 20th, but it's just like.
Happy belated.
Thank you. But to me, it's like, why can't I, go finish high school and I went to YTI for 2 years to be a medical assistant, and I did things with myself. So they kind of like look at me like, no way. But it's just like, yeah, I'm here. Hello. It's possible.
Very much so possible, and that's a good point that you brought up, that sometimes you're not always taken seriously. And what I've come to understand in my journey of authorship is that, you have to know that you are valuable. Your gift, your talent, and what you have to share through your writings is valuable, and you have to be able to show up in an authentic way and without apology. But I can't try to appease everybody and every audience and all of that. Just do your best to be your best and trust God for the rest. I'm going to show up and be me. I'm going to get up every day, pop my collar, go on and holler, and give God the glory for my life. And so whoever doesn't like it, or whoever is going to make my way and my journey harder, that's your own funeral, but I'm going to do what I need to do to be able to shine the light that God has given me. And so with that, I've seen how being an author sometimes in our communities, a lot of times, and we're doing better in our African American and colored community overall in embracing reading, because people don't always like to read, and that's the challenge from a basic standpoint, because people don't like to read. They want to support you. They'll even buy your book. They'll buy 5 books, 10 books, and support or sow a seed, but they actually won't read your work. And it's like, read it. There's something in it for you.
Now they want an audiobook.
Right.
Isn't that a part of our life? Our history is what? If you want to hide something from Black people,
put it in writing. Put it in the book, right? Which is unfortunate, but I think we're doing better, and I think from a general standpoint as authors that we have to regularly promote reading. Leaders are readers, as they say, and we want to promote that in a genuine way moving forward in our journey as an author, is to encourage people to actually read. And like you shared, there's all kinds of different outlets of reading nowadays, audio and so forth and so on, and so get your mindset on reading, because it really is going to be beneficial to you in your life, period. But I do see that is an obstacle that in our color community, that people don't want to read, but we're encouraging people, and we are encouraging and putting positive words out there that our community is upgrading and embracing reading in Jesus' name.
I think something that's helping though is seeing people write. Seeing people as writers is like, oh well, I'm gonna read their book. I might want to know more about them because I have a general relationship with them, and I didn't know you write, and now I'm interested in reading your book, and it actually pushes me in that direction of not just reading your book, but now getting into reading. I love the idea that what you're doing for your people, the people around you and in your circle, is really helping enrich them.
Awesome. And it's really important, and we can all, like they say, each one reach one. Yeah. Each one teach one, and we have that capability of doing that through our writing, and not everybody has the gift of writing, and so through this gift that we have and have been blessed with, we want to use that to be a blessing and an encouragement to others.
Well, I'm just going to say this: if you ever want to make your books audio, we have a booth.
Awesome.
for you.
To make that happen.
Yeah, next book.
We're coming
For
through.
sure.
We're coming through. We're coming through.
And you know, you can have yourself voice it, or you know, I know a fly young brother that has a smooth voice. You know, so
or Mr.
Right.
Mr. Strep Throat over here.
Right. Either way. It could be a blend. On the mean parts, it'd be him.
Coming like DMX.
For those folks, for those potential authors that are sitting on a book, you know, that have a book in them, but just they're afraid or they don't have that self-confidence yet for that first step. What message would you give to them about taking that initial first step? This is for both of you, but we'll begin with you.
Awesome. That's a wonderful, insightful question, because I believe that we all have a story to tell. And the title of my book, again, is A Story to Tell, a Testimony to Give, and a Song to Sing. And I believe we all have something to share in this life. And so sometimes, you know, when I started out years ago, and like I said, journaling, just initially journaling my thoughts to myself, you know, I didn't know that one day it would be a book. I really didn't. But I would say to those that are, you know, sitting on a book, do not think that your story and what you have to share is insignificant, because it's not. I don't care what it is that you've been through. It is significant because you've been through it. In other words, you started in one phase and you came through it on the other side. And it's your journey of getting to the other side of your challenges and your obstacles of life that really, that's where the nugget of wisdom and encouragement resides. And people need to hear that. There's a scripture in the Word of God that says that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. In other words, what you have to share is a roadmap in more ways than one for someone to come out of where they are. And if you don't share it, your specific story and testimony has the ability literally to save someone's life and to guide them from where they are, and many times a place of disparity to a place of life and triumph. And so do not underestimate the power of your story. Do not underestimate the power of your testimony, because it has the ability to help and save someone else in this life, making their life's journey easier. And so I would encourage those that are sitting on a book to don't be shy, you know, connect with a circle of people or reach out to individuals in the publishing community or so forth to begin to navigate like our dear sister did. You know, she reached out to that editor, and that began the process of her with the book. You know, connect and don't be ashamed of your story, whatever it may be, from all kinds of different things in life. And we've all been through some interesting things in life, but tell your story. That's my heart, and that's what my passion is about this book that I'm releasing. Is it's not just about me and my testimony. It is an encouragement. That's why I'm doing the 10-city tour here in America as well as internationally, because I want to encourage people to tell your story. There's something that you have to give. There's something that you have to say of value. And so that's my encouragement. That's my encouragement.
I would say go for it. Honestly, I sat for a while like, girl, what are you doing? You've been journaling since 11. Just all you got to do is type. You've been writing for so long. Now just type it in. Honestly, since I published this book, I've had all the feedback on, if you'll see it, the reviews on Amazon. People are like, wow, I can definitely agree with what you went through. Like, I went through something similar. I've had people secretly message me and like cry to me. And it's just, to me, it's just like, wow, like this is very motivational for other people, because you know, a lot of people don't like to talk about what they went through. They're either embarrassed, they're scared, or, you know, they might be going through what I'm writing about. So it's just like, why not just do it? You might be helping, like you said, you might be helping someone else. And to me, I think that's so special.
So for your book, what were some of the hardest stories to tell? Like, what were some of the hardest parts to really express into words?
For me, the hardest part was the trauma that I went through. 237 South Ann Street. It was really traumatic because it had to do with someone in the family and me and my sister. And it's crazy because it's really common and it's really sad because it happens to a lot of women, a lot of kids, and a lot of families. And most of the times it gets swept under the rug and no one speaks about it. But here I am as an adult speaking about it, you know.
Yeah, I think that, excuse me, for me, the hardest part for my journey was talking about my upbringing in the church. And I'm going to be honest and transparent as I make this comment. I was okay with sharing some other things in life or whatever, but when it came to my experience at a particular season in a particular church, it for me was very difficult because I wanted to make sure that I was saying it in a way that was true to my experience and yet not bashing anyone and or casting a negative light on the church overall. And I was very, I struggled with that particular storyline for so long. But I'm glad that I came to a peaceful conclusion and, was able to reconcile my experience with what I believe was a positive message that was needed to be heard through my experience. And so, yeah, that was the difficult part, and I share very transparently in the book, which I think is important, as my co-guest has said as well, excuse me, that, when excuse me, when you share these intimate moments, that's just what they are, those intimate moments. And sometimes people don't want to talk about them. For me specifically, even in the church, people not necessarily want to talk about certain things because it's like, it's the church, like, shh, don't say it like that. You're going to give, Christ a bad rep, and all. But it's like, hold on. The church is a hospital. Hello, newsflash. And so when all of us and different people come into the church as with a relationship, looking for that relationship with the Lord, they're coming for healing. Hello. You don't come to the hospital because you're healthy. You come to the hospital because there's something wrong. There's a health issue you have. And so the church is a spiritual hospital whereby you come there because you have your spiritual issues, your health issues, you're sick. And God is saying, I am your healer. I'm your surgeon. And so come into my kingdom. Come into the way I do things, as the Lord would say, so that you can get healing. Not a Band-Aid. Hold on, I'm about to preach. Get your offering. not a Band-Aid. Christ came to make sure that you are healed and whole from your issues of life. Not put a Band-Aid of religion on top of your issue. No. By his stripes, you are already healed, whole, delivered, and set free. And how that manifests is in our relationship with Christ, that God reveals to you the root of your issues so that you can give them to him so that he can heal you and give you a different way of dealing with those things so that they're no longer affecting you in a negative way. Am I saying something, y'all?
You're saying
so
talking right to me.
Yeah.
Talking right to me.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. I love it. Let's RM, let's stick with you. Because you did bring up your 10 city tour.
Yeah.
Now again, you're launching when?
This Friday. Somebody say this Friday.
This Friday.
April 29th.
April 29th.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
In the Light Ministry.
In the Light Ministry.
Awesome.
And in the Light Ministry. Before we hate instead of swaying.
Why the 10 city tour and more specifically, why did you choose those 10 specific cities?
That's a great question. And one of the things, because I travel around the world literally a lot, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm graced to be able to do so. And many of these places I've been to already. Some of them I've lived there. I lived in Dallas. I lived in Baltimore. I lived in London. I've lived in these different places, and so they have significant impact on me in these different seasons of life. But these particular 10 cities and the international cities, this is literally the work of the Lord, because it was what he put on my heart last year when I came back from a conference in Miami. And that was what I heard, just as clear as I know. My name is R.M. Harris, Rhonda Marie Harris. It was 10 city tour, and I kept hearing that in my spirit, 10 city tour. And I was like, 10 city tour what? Like, what are you saying, Lord? What are you saying, And so as I began to pray about it and bring it to the Lord, this is what he shared with me. And I said, okay, he wants, the theme of the 10 city tour is healing and deliverance, because that is what people need in such a real way, and specifically in this day and time. People need healing and deliverance. And so this is what God has done in my life, and this is what the 10 city tour is all about. And the testimony, my testimony with the book, and this is what God wants for everyone in these 10 city tours and beyond to receive, is come and drink from the well to get your healing, to get your deliverance, to get your restoration. So this is why it was the 10 city tour. This isn't my bright idea. I mean, I know I look good, but trust me, this is something that the Lord has assigned me to do, and I said, yes, Lord.
That makes sense, because the number 10 is a biblical number. So
yes, it is.
Yeah.
You know your Bible.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. The audience will tell you. Just a little bit. So Nair, you do also have another business as well that I want to touch on a little bit. Nair's Closet.
Awesome. Nair's Closet is a women boutique. It's an online boutique. I'll be actually 2 years in August in business with that.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I plan on, hopefully this year, God willing, open up like a showroom where people can come in and try on their clothes. They can order stuff. They can pick up their stuff. Because honestly, I'm a one-woman shop. Like, I do everything. I'm selling these books. I have a second business too. I have Nair's Closet, and then I have a teeth whitening and tooth gem company called Smile Jewelers.
I'm coming to see you.
Come on, girl. Come on. It's located at, you guys know where Liberty Place is? Yeah. Yep. Right there on Liberty Street. It's in a suite there, Suite 106. So I'm doing a lot. Plus, I have my daughter that's graduating this year and prom, and so it's just a lot going on. So it'll just be easier for me to have a showroom for my customers to come in and try on their clothes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's really, I love, honestly, the fashion. I love writing. Don't get me wrong. Writing is my passion, but the fashion is too. I love fashion. Awesome. So Nair's Closet, like what can you expect from that is stuff that I would literally have in my closet. Now I try to, it's just like a book. You're not going to please everybody with the book. But same thing with the clothing. I try to have something for everybody, even plus size. So it'll be like small, medium, large, and then I have plus size for my plus size girls. I love every body shape. There's no like to me, it's a lot of body shaming out there going on, and a lot of like the BBLs and just a lot. So to me, honestly, my brand it's a brand. It's not just me selling clothes. I'm actually building a brand, and I want it to be for everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, as far as Nair's Closet, do you make any of the items yourself?
So, funny you say that. So, before the fire, I had my own sewing machine. I love sketching, so I would sketch my outfits, and then I would try to put them together myself because I know how to sew. My grandma and my mom taught me how to sew, and when I went to school, Manor Middle, it's like Penn Manor School District. They taught us how to sew there too. So I honestly applied that to myself. So I did make some items myself. Whereas now, since I literally lost all of that stuff. So now, honestly, I use a lot of vendors to create stuff, or I just buy stuff and I put my tags on them. It'll be like clothes without any name brand or anything on it. And it's crazy because a lot of your big brands like Fashion Nova, Shein, we sell the same things. So shop with your girl.
Right. Put it out there.
Right. No, if you're looking to advertise, a whole company, a whole media company.
Awesome.
Online magazine.
Yeah.
Morning news show.
Radio station.
Radio
Yes.
station.
Yes.
So,
Service promotion. But the grind is real. How do both of you manage to keep going, to keep sticking with it, like day in, day out? Because I suck at writing things down, and I have a horrible memory. So how do you stay at it and keep your minds, on it?
Honestly, I don't have a choice. I just feel like I don't have a choice. Sometimes I want to give up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. Some days I wake up and I'm like, oh, here we go. And, I have to look at my phone to make sure I have, fill my orders. I have to ship my orders. I do local delivery too. So sometimes I'm meeting my customers. I use my office, actually my teeth whitening office, for people to meet and pick up there. But I'm worrying about that. And then, I'm selling my book. It's a lot to balance, honestly. I pray every time I wake up, and I pray all day, honestly. Sometimes I'm in the car, I'm driving, I'm just praying like, God, thank you for the strength. Thank you for just everything, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, honestly. And my daughter is like she's really my main thing. It's my daughter, honestly. I do it for her.
I was about to say, she said everything she does in the day, and she still is a mom. On
Yeah.
top of all of that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
She still does the mom thing, and then she talks about it like it means a lot to her. So this is,
She looks up to me. That
all the
girl's
luck in the world, yo.
Yeah, that's I call her my Pocahontas, but she's so smart, it's almost scary.
Yeah, I can identify. We're both mommies, and so being an entrepreneur, and we're wearing many hats.
Yeah, right.
We really are, and we doing the doggone thing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
We're doing
yeah,
the doggone
absolutely.
thing. We doing. I always say I am doing my best to be my best, and I'm trusting God for the rest.
Yes.
Let me say that one more again. I'm doing my best to be my best, and I'm trusting God for the rest.
Yeah.
And so that's all you can do in your daily living, and you can't live your entire life in one day. So you just have to pace yourself. Take it one step at a time, one assignment at a time, one contract at a time, one meeting at a time, so forth and so on. And so that is, to me, how I am able to kind of do it all, as it were. And it's not me doing it all. It is the help of the Lord and those that are in my circle of support. My beautiful family, my sister, Melissa Cole. Let's give it up for my sister, because she the bomb. I thank God for my sister. She's my sister. She's my friend. I love her. And in my circle of family, I can't do all that I'm doing without their support. And so they help me to look good. It's not just me. When you see me, you see them. It's not a me thing. It's an us thing. And so, I'm grateful for that. And so that's how I'm able to be encouraged, because I know that it's not just me pursuing my dream and passion and ministry and different things. It's other people supporting that, and that's an encouragement for me to keep going. Is that I know that I'm not doing this alone. I know that I'm not just all by myself in doing this, that what I am doing literally is impacting other people's lives for the positive, people I may not ever see in this life, and so for me, that's an encouragement to keep going. Like I said, one step at a time, one day at a time. Tomorrow's not promised to us. We have today. Yesterday's gone. But we have today. We here right now with TCP. This is what we have right now. And we're maximizing the moment and sharing our message of love and positivity and testimonies to encourage, empower, and inspire other people. And so that is what keeps me going as well.
Many people have side businesses, side hustles for multiple reasons. Some do it to eventually escape their 9-to-5 because they're in a hostile environment. Some utilize it as some extra income. Some much like myself are like, what, I want to be in control of my time, because that is one of the most precious things to me. So for you, why do you choose to have these essentially multiple streams?
It's important to have multiple streams of income. and outlets of expression as well. I think we are all very multifaceted and multi-talented as human beings. God has given all of us various different things. My, thing might not be your thing, but we all have a thing, gifts, talents, abilities. And so we have to be able to acknowledge what they are in us and give them a place of expression in our lives. And many times those place of expressions will give us opportunity to establish multiple streams of incomes, multiple streams of expression. And everything isn't about money, but don't get me wrong, we all need a good dollar.
Yes, we
Okay?
do.
You can look at me and tell this girl like a good dollar. But everything is not about that, because you want to be fulfilled in this life. And one of the things that I've come to understand and appreciate in having, since the pandemic, people are looking for significance in life, meaning in life. And so everything really isn't about money. We all need it from a general standpoint, but that's not necessarily the emphasis and focal point of a lot of things in life right now. People are looking, because trust me when I say people in Russia and Ukraine right now, they're not thinking about red bottoms and a mansion. Hello?
Right.
They're thinking about safety.
Yeah.
And can I see my family tonight? Is there a bomb that's going to go? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we want to be able to offer and focus our thoughts on significance in living, having a positive impact. And, that will come through the expressions of multiple streams of income and opportunities for expressing the gifts in you. We are in this studio here right now. We are blessed because we are alive. I can see you, you can see me, we see each other. And that's a blessing. And so we want to take things like that and be a blessing to each other for it. Not take it for granted. Not take it for granted.
Yeah.
That we're here right now alive in this moment together. Because it could be so many other ways. And so to me, that's wealth. That's rich. That's enriching, but I need y'all to buy my book too. Sorry.
So we talked about you traveling for you, so you just got getting back. So coming full circle, coming back around, and seeing some people that you grew up with, seeing some people around. How's that been? Has it been received? Have you been well received? And
Very
even for you
much
as well, like for both of you. Like, how's that, like, with people around you that, that know you? Or
That's you getting some form of success. How is the reaction? That's a great question.
To God be the glory. That is one of the things, my favorite phrase and statement in life is to God be the glory. And I believe that, my hometown is LAPA. I love me some LAPA, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This is where I was born, raised, and my roots are here in more ways than one. My entire family is here. My parents, who have been together 52 years. Hello. And my daddy's in the hospital right now, so you all say a prayer for Reverend Ronald Cole. Daddy, we love you. We're praying for you. You're going to make it through. And so one of the things that I am grateful for in being here, and this is why I wanted to do the launch here, is this is home, hometown. And I've been so very well received. And I always connect and stay in touch with my family, my hometown family, when I'm not here. So it's not foreign, we're not strangers, because some people move away from their hometowns and you don't really hear from them. You're not staying connected with that. But for me, I'm connected. And I love my LAPA family, I really, really do. And I'm grateful for that. And so it is a blessing for me to be here and to be able, and people are so excited. My hometown family is genuinely excited for me and looking forward to my new book and reading it and coming to the launch. And so I appreciate that.
For me, I feel like I love Lancaster. I was raised here. It's so much. I feel like going to school here and just being raised here, I know everyone. Everyone sort of knows me too. So like when people see me, it's weird because they don't expect all of this from me. I was a girl that was getting talked about all the time. Like, oh, she's going to have multiple kids, this, that, and the third. And then it's just like, now it's just like, what do you have to say now? And like, honestly, I don't say this to boast about myself, but to me, even
Go
just
on to pop your
myself.
collar. Go on to pop your collar.
I shock myself every day. I'm like, how do you do it?
right.
You know, like, how are you doing this? But it's honestly God. Like, I believe in myself, and God has been with me throughout all of this journey, honestly. And I use this. I tell people, use this as motivation. A lot of people come to me like, how did you write your book? How did you start? And I love it. Ask me, because I'm going to tell you. You know how many times I gave my editor's number and email and all of that to people? And I'm like, just go for it. Just do it. Just here's the info. I'm not going to hold back, because I want you to succeed, and I want you to succeed. I'm not one of them people I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to tell them. Because there is a lot of people in business that are like that. They don't want to share their resources. I'm full of resources. Why not? I get a lot of moms that email me and message me on Instagram and Facebook asking for help. They're in crisis. I still help them. Why not? You know? Why not give back? I want people to say, oh, she's from Lancaster and she made it. She did something with herself. Yeah. Not like, oh, let me just move to LA, because I could do that. But why? When I could do it while I'm right here. Exactly. And then I'll move. You know? And then I'll move.
Right. And I go get the bag out there too. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know with you now, you knew my mom. You know, we found out, we come to talk about it after the show last time. You know, and she actually grew up with my mom, was great friends with my mom, and you know, it's little things like that, you know, that are like motivating for me. You know, because I knew how hard my mom worked. And I knew like the kind of people she surrounded herself with, but I never knew them, you know, because I was younger, you know. So now like getting older and seeing like people that she was around and like seeing where they're at, you know, it lets me know that, you know, mom was on the right path, like she hung around the right people, like she, you know. So I feel like it's destiny, you know, like so the things that I want to achieve, like I feel like they're destined to happen.
Yes. So very much so, and I think that's an important comment that you made, that there's destiny to fulfill. Things are destined to happen, and that is to me what it's like a gasoline. You know, you put your gas in your car, you know, and it fills your tank. Destiny, we all have a destiny to fulfill. Focus on that and let life be that fuel to get you to your purpose and destiny. Yeah. And for me, Lancaster is definitely fuel for me to reach my destiny.
Yeah. I feel like Lady L for us moving back to Lanc kind of helped.
I like that. The future is now.
Propel that destiny to be fulfilled. Folks, want to let you know that you are listening and rocking out with TCP in the morning. The best thing that you can have in your cup. Friends don't let friends TCP alone. So please make sure that you share the stream and let them know that you are watching the best morning news team on this side of the Mississippi. On this side. I said about 20, right, until we cross it, and then we'll be the best one on that side.
Y'all know that.
You're only safe because we're over here.
Right. Proximity. You're safe because of proximity. Want to bring in Lady L. She hasn't been talking a lot because she's, you know, letting that voice go to rest, the golden voice. So, if you can move on through, Khaleesi, what you got for us?
Well, there's a couple things. I did want to let y'all know that the prom's coming back, and I'm super duper excited.
Excited for that, yeah.
She said the prom, just in case everybody couldn't hear.
So it is the adult prom. 25 and over is a must. Adult prom 25 and over is going down September 10th at the Ware Center. Tickets will be available May 1st on Eventbrite. We will have an early bird special, so the sooner the better. But yep, I just wanted to let y'all know that. I also want to let you know that we are live on our digital radio station, WTCP. You can listen live on our website, www.thetcpnetwork.com. You can listen to Journeyman Chronicles, Impact News, TCP in the Morning, Black News Beat, Reset with Sherry. I mean, we on there too. So go on ahead and listen to us live on WTCP. It's melanated media across the board, online, on air, and on your phone. Over to the desk.
And we got a new show coming out this week, the Will Downing Show.
Oh,
Well, with your big voice.
Yo,
Like
the Will Downing show is like the Sweat Hotel.
Yeah. So
yeah, we got that on WTCP.
Yep. Straight.
And we got music with cuss words.
Yeah.
I like that.
We got regional music too. You know.
Sometimes I just want to hear the real song.
Right.
You know how you play Megan Thee Stallion and it's like.
Every other word.
Why y'all playing?
Because she's lazy. Nobody ad libs. Nobody ad libs cuss words like DMX. What? Yo. He had the best one.
Yo, we need right now to going down. Ain't none of them words in the actual song.
Oh man, it's better than remember how bad BET used to be with the cuss words. And like it'll be a completely different voice. It'll be like, "Hey man, I know you, mother knuckers."
Yo, the worst voiceovers ever, yo. Get your timestamps right, yo.
Y'all can find somebody closer to.
Get your timestamp right, yo.
It happens every weekend on Baby Boy.
On Baby Boy, like yeah.
They used to call BET the Baby Boy Network.
Yo, and now they just let Baby Boy play with the cuss words and everything. I'm like, America has changed. America has changed. Like, oh man.
And cuss on BET on primetime television, and then you're talking about porn in the college classroom.
Yo,
America's going to hell in a handbag, y'all.
It's brain time.
In them streets, get on them knees for prayer, not the fellatio.
For your fight against porn, you like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm so confused.
Yo.
Right. Talking to both sides of the mouth. Yo, I'm anti-porn, but I am pro Megan Thee Stallion.
And pro Cardi B. No Cardi B.
And pro WAP.
Yo. Yes.
I love that video.
Anti-WAP exposure.
Art.
That video was art. Are you kidding me? Let's talk about the waterfowl with the boobs. Oh my gosh, yes, that WAP video. That was art. It
was.
And they'll be learning that
in the porn class.
Booty talk is not art.
Let me tell you this. They are not covering booty talk in Utah. I don't even think.
Not a lot of clapping cheeks in Utah.
I don't think.
There's like 10 wives.
Oh man, folks, we have about 15 minutes left here on our show. I want to thank you for joining us after a week off. It was great. Had some time to recharge. Our youngest scored her first goal on Saturday. You know, she's already better than Dad, so you are off to a great start, baby girl. And then yesterday, we attended 2 amazing events. The first one was what was it?
Soul Food Sunday.
You mean Soul Row Sunday? There were so many SG Rows.
Yes.
Like deep.
They were deep.
See, I can't.
Yep.
They were out there party walking.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Next Soul Food Sunday.
Yes.
We need to have another booth.
More
We need another booth, because I want all of that every Sunday.
Yeah, like that.
I'm gonna put that in all the various SG Row groups next time it comes around, so now we can get more SG Rows
Oh my
from
gosh.
like outside the state. Because
that
it was
dope.
she sold about it was 300 tickets to be sold, and I believe that she did make her mark because a week earlier they were at like 270.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it showed. It was bigger next time. Really, really well.
Right. So I would love to see more rows in the space. I missed it because we were getting ready for the next event that you're going to talk about.
Yep.
But I would love to see more rows in the space.
Yeah, it was just the energy, the positive energy, just all of that, melanin.
Black community.
Yeah. And then when the songs came on, like when we were coming in, everybody was saying, "Can we talk?" Everybody. And like it gave me on last year we went to Atlanta, and like there was like this it looked like a community center, and like people were bringing their own chairs, and it was brunch. Bringing their own chairs and everything like that set up, and the same type of feeling, vibe, like you heard the loud music, people singing and everything coming from this space. And I was like, yo, we need that in Lancaster. And yesterday really exuded that.
Nice.
You know, like it's
and it was a beautiful day.
Yes,
Yes, it was.
absolutely.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely. And then later on, we had the Last Supper, and that was when black entrepreneurs from York, Harrisburg, Lancaster,
New York, Miami.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, all came down to the TCP studios on our co-working side.
Oh,
and we had a powwow. You know, it's about building community, building each other up. You know, and then Friday night we had a painting event as well.
Yes.
That we will be doing more often. Sarge, if you wanna.
I have this piece here. This is can I explain this piece? This is deep, all right? I want to explain my deep piece, okay?
There you go.
Boss.
Not
boss. Boss. You don't get to say that in front of me, bro. I want to explain my deep piece.
Glad you took it like that.
I will not take it like that. That's why you have to pause.
All right, so this is me. This is inspired by Tyrion Max. Tyrion Max art, some of his artwork. So this right here, this is me. I'm going to explain all the colors, and that's just not all messy stuff. All right, so in my mind, I have like the yellow light standing for like joy, light, happiness, and all that stuff. But it's jumbled up between red standing for love, green for money, and then black is for the dark side. And then it's kind of spread around throughout life as you go throughout your daily life. You have to deal with all these things, constantly being shadowed by knowing that death's coming at any point in time. So it's constantly overshadowed, and you deal with different deaths throughout life. The eyeballs at the bottom with the yellow signify my jaundice, and then the red is from me being a soldier taking lives. So it's a lot, you know. They put a lot into it. They just throw colors together. But these kind of events, they really get your creative minds going when you're around other creative people, and you're able to talk more and create stuff like this. Like I think it looks horrible, but other people like it, so it's pretty dope.
And it's crazy because with that paint night, unlike other paint nights, there was no outline.
Right.
No,
there was no outline. You get a blank white canvas.
This is all freehand.
Right.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah. And then there we had different stations and everything. Of course, we had the Jungle Juice going. But there was a station where people were watching the playoffs. There was a station where people were playing old school video games and everything, and then stations where people were painting. So this Friday, it was like a kickback. You know, it was resorting back to those childhood pleasantries, you know, and enjoying them as a adult. So shout out to everyone, Tyrion, Ms. Jen, as well as Lady L and La Creatora for putting on a wonderful, insanely busy weekend. But
putting on for black people, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Putting on for us, and it was dope to just be around,
right?
Be in the space with all the energy, man. I want more of this.
Yeah,
awesome. So to our guests, we have about 10 minutes left here. We do like to have our guests give some final words, some nuggets to live by, something to get our audience through their day. So Nair, we're gonna start with you. Any last minute plugs, anything coming up, and words of advice and encouragement?
Words of advice and encouragement, I would just say believe in yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, because a lot of times we're hard on ourselves, and just do what you can in your present day. Don't try to overwork yourself, because a lot of times when we do, we get stuck and we get what's that word I want to use? We just become inactive because it's so much on our plates that you just don't even want to do anything. So just take it one day at a time. And coming up, honestly, I'm just working really hard towards my company, Smile Jewelers. I have a lot of good things coming for it. I'm hoping that I outgrow the space so that I can put something downtown, hopefully. If not, anyways, just come and see us. Actually, the business is mine and my daughter's. We both did the trainings, and we're both owners of Smile Jewelers. So I think that's nice to tell people, because a lot of times they're like, "It's just you." No, it's me and my daughter, and she's 18, and it's crazy because she actually just accepted Temple University as her college journey.
Oh, congratulations!
And she's going for business. How crazy is that?
All right.
Come back and teach Mom all the new tricks.
Yep. Bring it back. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Well, I am super blessed to have spent this time with you guys. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. We family. Like I said, we're going to see each other at the family reunion, right?
Absolutely.
And this Friday again is what? The launch.
Official book launch.
Yes.
April
29th.
April 29th. Come on, let's say it one more time. Friday. April 29th.
April 29th.
7 o'clock p.m.
7 p.m.
In the Light Ministry.
In the Light
Ministry.
Awesome. And so we're going to be launching there my new book. And the title of my new book is A Story to Tell, a Testimony to Give, and a Song to Sing. And so we're going to have a wonderful time. It's going to be live music, an MC. We're going to have some wonderful giveaways. I'm going to be highlighting my testimony. And it's a time of celebration. So come out and be blessed. LAPA, Lancaster, come out and support. Come out and get your blessing. Come out and see what the Lord has done and what God is willing to do in your life as well. And so you can get your tickets. Somebody say, get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
Somebody say, get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
You can get your tickets at, you can do Cash App. We're doing Cash App at $RMHU. The tickets are only $25. And if you want to upgrade VIP, you can feel free to do so. And you can go and get that information as well at eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com. And you can put in the search bar RM Harris book launch, and you'll get the information for the tickets there. But I encourage everybody to do Cash App and Zelle. If you got a chance to do it today. Somebody say today.
Today.
Get your ticket.
Get your ticket.
Today. All right. So the tickets are $25. And also, let me make sure I put this out there, that even if you have little ones, I want your little ones to come. The little ones are free. So definitely bring your little ones. So if you get a ticket, your little ones are free. So we don't want anyone to feel like, you got to buy a ticket for the little ones for your household. So your ticket of $25 pretty much covers your entire family. And I wanted to do it like that from a general standpoint, so that no one feels that they can't afford to have to be a part of this wonderful event. It's a celebration. It's a family affair.
Yes.
So we want everyone to be a part of it. I'm super, super excited about it. So don't miss out on, again, this Friday, April 29th, 7 o'clock p.m. at In the Light Ministries. Again, you can get your ticket at Cash App, $RMHU, or Zelle. And the Zelle is rmharrisu@gmail.com. Again, that is Zelle. You can get the pay for your ticket at Zelle at rmharrisu@gmail.com. And you can follow me on social media on the gram at SheIsRMHarris. Again, at SheIsRMHarris. My website is SheIsRMHarris.com. I'm super excited, and we're going to have a good time. Family, come out, be blessed, and definitely spread the word throughout this week. Please post it on your social media. Please share the announcement that this is going on Friday. April 29th, 7 o'clock p.m.
All right, and we have
That's how a pro does promotion, folks.
We have we have some links in the comment section. We have the Eventbrite link in the comment section, as well as the Amazon link for Nair and how she made it out.
Yes.
So, folks, we're going to put a pin in it right there, and pass it on over to Lady L. Lady L, what you got for us?
Hey guys, listen, I do want to remind you that we are live on our website, so you can listen to TCP on air all the time through our website, www.thetcpnetwork.com. Also want to remind you that our digital magazine is live. Somebody's going to drop a link for you in the comments in a second. But I do want to let you know that our on-air digital magazine is live. We did our first interview with Brother Stefan, who owns Good Brothers Cafe in Harrisburg. We got Ken Folk Boutique represented in there. And we also have an interview with Joy Slam with our artist interviewer, Trinice. So listen, guys, go on ahead and check out our latest edition of the TCP On Air magazine. And also, I just want to remind you one more time, tickets for prom will be coming out on May 1st. 25 and over is a must. It's not my problem. It's your problem. Over to the desk.
Folks, the easiest way to get the tickets would just be to download the TC Plus app May 1st. All right. Just saying. Download the app. Get into details.
Because the app and the tickets come out on the same day.
Okay, nice.
Gang, gang. Well. It's been another great show, and it's been a while since I've done this thing. But let me try and do this thing the right way. The only way we know how.
Get your music right.
So to my kings and queens, my princes and princesses, my baby boys and baby girls, to he, him, she, her, they, them, we
baby. Yeah, we definitely are.
Let's try it again. Let's
go.
So to he, him, her, she, they, them, we baby.
There it goes.
All right. Yeah. We love you. We appreciate you. In the words of Socrates, smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have the answers to everything. Remember this. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can make that happen, you can make anything happen.
It is.
Have a great day, y'all.
Oh, folks, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on TCP in the morning. The best thing that you can have in your cup, this thing is alive and well. Folks, 5/1/2022, we have the TCP Plus app coming out. That is radio, that is magazine, that is television, all siphoned down into one apparatus for your viewing and listening pleasure. And also, from you heard from Lady L, the tickets go live. Tickets go live 5/1/2021. What you got?
I just want to drop this right quick. If you have a business and you're interested in sponsoring, becoming a sponsor for the prom, go ahead and inbox us. Rates are super duper reasonable. But yes, we had an awesome, tastic time last year at the prom. This year, we're going to up it. We got 300 tickets to sell because we're doing it at the Ware Center in the atrium. Yes. It's going down, y'all. So if you're interested in joining us and being a sponsor with your business, go on ahead and inbox us immediately. Over to that.
And finally, folks, the hats. Hats done locally. This LANC hat is done by Rose Gold and good brother D Burner. Shout out to them. They have hats. They have shirts. They have the trucker hats with the red rose.
Yep.
Make sure you reach out to them. This LANC apparel is definitely taking off. And then also,
yes, Mr. Motivational hat right here. You see this, and then we got the Growler apparel as well.
Yeah.
All right. Some of that came down to the event last night that we had here. You know,
showed some love. We showed some love back.
Listen, it's what we do. Listen, if you are a business and you do suits, whatever you do, talk to us.
Yeah.
You know, we like to wear suits. We like to dress up.
Yeah. And in the words of the great DMX, you my dog, and I die for you. Let's keep it like that. Give me unconditional love, and I'll give it right back.
Yeah.
We'll see you in church.
All right. It's morning. Wake up, guys. It's TCP in the morning.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up. It's TCP in the morning.
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 TCP in the morning.
It's 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 TCP in the morning.
Good morning. Wake up, y'all. It's TCP in the morning with the morning tea.
Sing the song here in a minute.
TCP in the morning.